So yeah, Adam has now talked on there. But yeah, obviously before I actually started, I've got the whole album. They sent it to me
Sweet.
from
Oh, brilliant.
from the good people at Noise Cartel. And
Right.
yeah, no, really enjoying it. Love it. Like
Sweet, man. Thanks.
Awesome.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
It's, it's
stonery, clutchery, hard rock kind of thing.
yeah.
So it's all good. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'll do the introduction. You can hear me and everything. Okay, I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything good.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're good.
Excellent. All right, cool. So recording, volume's good, recording, excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the DJ Force X podcast. I am incredibly excited to introduce you guys to the band King Kraken. I have Carl, Pete, and Rich from the band. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
How you doing,
Thank
man?
you.
Right.
Cheers.
You all right?
Good to see you.
And that's the most professional part of the whole thing.
Now that's over and done with.
Yeah, yeah. So I always feel super awkward doing that. But yeah, no, you guys, King Kraken, guys, you're out of Wales, and you are about to release your second album.
That's right.
Second album, and it's called March of the Gods, which is out on the 18th of April. So we've got a couple of months.
Yep.
Build up to that. It is a follow up to your. Now I could say it in the Roman numerals, but I'm going to call it. Is it called it 1180 or 1180?
1180.
Or-
1180. 1180.
Okay,
Yeah,
or MCL XXX, which is the
Yep.
size I wear.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I became aware of you guys. I think I think it was back in 2022. I was sent a single,
Oh,
or a track of yours, and the name of it has completely escaped me right now. But from there, I have.
Haddonfield.
Sorry, say that again.
Haddonfield.
It might have been. I'll have to look it up.
Right, that was the
I've
first
got my computer
single.
next to me, and I'm going to type in your name into the search engine and see what comes up on the CD list.
Haddonfield came out in 22. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
so
was either Haddonfield, Green Terror, or Veins.
yeah, Haddonfield 78. Yeah,
There we go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
there you go. Cool.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
back in, yeah, that was November 2022. That is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, just saw that on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, like I said, I got tracks on there from you. I just because I keep all the music I get sent, and occasionally I DJ with it. So you know,
Oh, awesome.
my hard drive.
Nice.
Otherwise, it just sits on random or shuffle or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it. But yeah, from there, obviously released the album 1180, and that obviously did you guys some good. And you managed to land various festivals, stuff like that. Played with a few sort of big bands. But I'm going to let you guys speak now because I've spoken for far too long. What I want to find out, if you guys, obviously between yourselves, if you want to tell the story, I want to get the origin story of King Kraken, like how you guys came to be who you are now, your sort of journey up till now, if you will. So I don't know who wants to lead the chase on this one.
Uncle Pete, go for it, man.
Uncle Pete.
Pete
Yeah,
loves it, sorry.
back in 2018, I was playing in another band, and I was struggling with being able to have any input with the writing of the songs. So I started getting a bit bored. So I then started jamming with friends. I met Carl through another friend, and we jammed. And I knew Richard through a band I used to follow, the Boom Sons. He hates me saying that. Check them out because they were great band they were. And
Go back in time and check them out.
check them out now. Check them out online.
Come on.
Mostly my videos at the gigs actually on their YouTube. Yeah, so that from then I put an advert out for a singer and a guitarist, and the first two people that applied were Mark and Adam. So we got a jam together, and everything clicked from day one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a match made in hell.
In hell.
Yeah, I think it just always worked, doesn't it? Though it's just we've never really had massive problems. We've always got on really well and all the rest of it. It's just worked from day one, and that's the
Mostly.
that's the great thing. You know what I mean? It's we kind of, we're looking at doing our second album is ready to come out now, and it's like, yeah, everything is going really well. Like the gigs leading up to this point have been great. I don't think we've ever had a bad gig, to be fair, have we? Really?
That's fortunate. That's good.
Yeah. And then it's coming up now. We got like Stone Dead now in August and all the rest of it, and yeah, it's just to think like where we come from, we'd all been in previous other bands within South Wales and all the rest of it, and to wrap this sort of wrap the tentacle then, so to speak, around this band is just it's just awesome. Like, it's just great, and this is the furthest any of us have ever been. You know what I mean, within the music industry. So
Yeah.
it's just a really cool feeling. It's great to be where we are. I think we all appreciate it, and that's the good thing. Is like look at the how old Pete looks like. You know what I mean? He's not getting any younger. You know what I mean? So,
when this interview's finished, I just take this mask off and I look about 20. I put the mask on just to make you feel better, guys.
That's an industry plant.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
Yeah, wearing that mask.
Call me Robert.
I knew there was something.
He's actually Tom Cruise underneath there.
Try and convert us all. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Obviously, sort of coming from that sort of South Wales region as well. Like, there's a lot of bands of, not necessarily South Wales, a lot of big bands have come out of Wales, like especially in the scene over the years. One of which we can't speak of. Comes to mind. But Funeral for a Friend, another one. Obviously Bullet for My Valentine. And there was a few bands back in the day that I used to follow. God, trying to remember that Goat Boy, I think was one of them. I don't know if there were anything. I remember any of them. Or I'm just being too.
I remember that name, but I don't actually remember anything about them.
They were incredibly like a random band. Like, they had like weird, like sort of like big riffs and stuff, but like a lot of samples, electronics and stuff going on. Very not avant-garde stuff, but just chaotic. But really good. And
that sounds good. But check them out.
Yeah, I think you can still find their EP on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of them was called Duke of Oil, I think it was called. One of the EPs, but there was a few of those. But no, from that region, I played there a fair few times in the band I was in, around like Cardiff, Swansea. We even went Haverford West, like that far in.
Nice.
Like proper way in.
Nice. What band was you doing, man?
Changes and everything. Sorry?
What band was you in?
I was in a band called Zero Cipher. We were about around the sort of like early 2000s. We were sort of on the new metal side of things.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you would have listened to that sort of stuff or not. But the turntables behind me were what I used to use when I was that young.
Nice.
Able. But yeah, no, we were around for about 10 years. Released a couple of albums and yeah, just played everywhere in the UK and a few places around Europe and stuff. So
nice, man.
Yeah,
cool.
But it's you know, and it's like I always love going to Wales, like just to play gigs. I think we played was it Newport,
Nice.
Club Ilford back.
Oh, nice. Cardiff,
yeah, Cardiff, Barfly in Cardiff as well. And yeah, just like that sort of area. Yeah, it was a great place to go. Like, and obviously the music scene coming out of there, like yourselves.
Sorry, mate. There's something different about Wales. I think there's, everybody loves music. Everybody just loves and just loves taking part in the gigs. Yeah, they just, the Welsh just. It's inbred. I don't know, probably not inbred. I tell you what, they are up the valleys. Probably more on the Tredegar area, but it's inbred into us.
That's where our lead guitarist is from. So.
Oh, okay.
That's hilarious.
Actually, I was going to throw Skin Dread into that just purely for Benji. And
man.
As well. Another big band that have
fantastic.
Dawned in my mind that yes, he is from Wales.
Those damn crows live like what? I don't know, like half an hour away from me.
Yeah.
Florence Black live the other direction, like from half an hour away from where I live. There's just some really, really good music going on in Wales at the moment. So, well, it has been for quite a while, which is good.
And hopefully, we'll continue. Obviously, you guys, like I say, you got an album coming out. Let's keep Keep it corporate. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I before I sort of hit record, I did like let you know that I've heard the whole album. It was very nice of your people to send it to me, so I could actually sample the whole thing. I know it's early to get it, and I always appreciate that because it doesn't happen these days. Like normally, I get them on day of release, and I'm like, oh.
Is it?
I feel like a peasant. But this is great.
Standout tracks for you?
Yeah, I got like sorry, any standout tracks? Yes.
Yeah.
I love the single first and foremost, Berserker. That's
Nice.
the one people can hear right now.
Nice.
But yeah, what was it? Preacher, that was a good one.
Nice.
Magnum Opus, the one after that as well.
Yeah,
it's a banger.
The title track, March of the Gods.
March of the Gods. Yeah.
These are the ones I've kind of highlighted. The whole lot again. I've been really it's been really good recently. I've been sent albums that I don't skip through. I don't know if it's like just me being me, but I've been really, or it's just like I'm on this really good run of albums that have been sent my way, and I've been able to sort of digest them, like take them in, and like listen to the whole thing, and like literally not reach for my phone, not reach for the whatever, just to skip through the tracks or anything like that. And I've had your album on, well, today in particular a fair few times,
nice.
and it's been great. Like
awesome.
Vigilante was another one as well, actually.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I like that.
Yeah, so
that song was Carl's Nemesis.
Yeah.
Okay. The challenge, is it?
Only because I'm a joker.
But yeah, no, like I say, it's a great album. I mean, I'm looking forward to see how well it does for you. Obviously, you guys have got those shows lining up. You've got a tour lined up as well, which we'll talk about as well for that.
Yeah.
For the sort of like coinciding with the release of the album and a nice album release show. I'm assuming it's hometown album release show.
Yeah,
Swansea, man. Yeah, Swansea. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a real good one. Really looking forward to that. Well, yeah. Funny enough, we were just saying in a different interview that. Man, missing shows, like we've taken 4 months off, and it's killing me.
It is difficult to give up.
No, it's hard work, man. Honestly, I was just saying, like, I've actually got to develop a relationship with my missus again. Like, what's that about? Like,
so you'll be off on tour, don't you worry, soon. But yeah, I mean, obviously you're releasing this independently as well. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a deliberate choice? I know sort of going for labels and stuff is kind of old hat these days. But was that kind of like more of a conscious thing, or is it just the sort of like you just want to get your music out there, you want to go out and tour, you're doing well enough on your own right now? Is that the plan with it, or was there sort of, are you hoping to be picked up by a label, or I don't know if you have a management company or anything?
So we've got management, but we haven't really spoken about any sort of labels or anything. We haven't really gone out of our way to think, oh, let's get picked up. We just want to get the music out there, to be honest. We're luckily, we all of us are in full-time positions and able to, put some funds in and push things forward a bit, which is, seems to be really working. So nice. Hopefully when the album's out now, it'll just pick some ears up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think we're where we are now. I don't think there's a massive need for a record label to come on board. You know what I mean? Like, we were just saying in the other interview now, it's like we're not a massive band. You know what I mean? Like, and this is our second album. But we got to be realistic about like the way things go today in today's sort of market and all the rest of it. And I think having a record label come on board at this point is just maybe the wrong move. Maybe album 3, you never know. We did speak about. Well, we did have. I wouldn't say fun, but
if Sony are listening, we're not against.
I was going to tempt the old, if someone came knocking, but yeah, no, I mean, I totally understand the ethos behind that, and sort of going independent. If you, I know you got a hell of a producer on this one. Was it Ramesh?
Ramesh. Yeah,
I heard his work
Ramesh,
with the guys in Earth Tone 9. They did a thing called Standing Dead Center, which ended up being the reformation of Earth Tone 9 again, which was great because I love Earth Tone 9. And yeah, I got that CD and stuff like that, and I saw his name on it, and the production work on it is astounding. Your stuff as well, it just sounds so huge. Was that a kind of like a deliberate choice for your music? Was it something that you've kind of someone you've worked with before, or was it just someone who caught your ear with another piece of work that they've done?
Well,
oh, can you hear me now?
You've frozen there. Sorry,
you know, yeah, it went a bit crazy there for a second.
We didn't hear anything that you just said to us. Sorry.
Okay, cool. I'm going to try and remember what I said. But no, I think I was talking about working with Ramesh on the production side of things because I'd heard him. His work on other releases, and I was asking if that was kind of like more of a choice from you guys, or is it someone you know, or is it like you heard his work with someone else and you're like, I want them to produce.
Well, Romesh recorded and produced our first album, 1180.
Okay.
So we knew from the first album, we knew definitely we wanted to use his abilities for album 2 because we wanted to achieve the best sound that we could get, and we knew that working with him, he definitely would give us what we were looking for. And when we turned up at the studio for recording, it's like he knew instantly before we even got there what he wanted to achieve with our sound. And he just dialed in our instruments like just perfectly, and he just got the sound that we wanted and what he wanted.
I think the biggest difference between album 1 and album 2 is the way Mark worked with Ramesh, because Mark recorded the lyrics just with Ramesh. None of us were in the room. We didn't even know what the vocals had sounded like, and when we heard them back, we were like, "Oh my god, this is another level!" Like, you know what I mean? Because but we didn't do the first album like that. We were all in and out of hearing his vocals and like, "Oh, can you do this again? Can you do that again?" And just Ramesh just got the best out of Mark, man. Honestly, like Mark's voice he's got an unbelievable voice, and I think it's just like it just worked. It just worked, man. You know what I mean? Like I think even for my drums, I went in there with a preconceived notion of what I wanted, and it just far exceeded what I expected. Even though like I said, even of the songs, we had 10 songs in, but we didn't quite know how bits of choruses would sound and this, that, and the other. And you can practice them to death, and you still have no idea what they're going to sound like running, really, do you? You know what I mean? Like with that level of production on them. It just blew our minds. I gotta be honest. Like I think when we first started the album back, we were like, "Oh my god! Like this is exactly what we wanted." Like we had the raw tracks. Like we just filmed them on phones and all the rest of it. Like listening to them back and like, "Oh, this one's gonna sound really good. This one's gonna sound." But when we actually heard the album and we actually, he'd put his stamp on it, then so to speak. Ramesh, he's just honestly, it was just amazing. Like it was worth every single penny. You know what I mean? Worth every.
Rich.
What's that?
Yeah, Rich, me and you, even if no one else likes it, I love it.
Yeah. I'd be happy if nobody bought it. No, I'm joking.
Don't say that. Oh,
I think that's the good thing there is an element of truth in that. Because it is exactly what we wanted, and even if nobody was listening, we'd still create that same music. Like Hero track 5 on it, like we've never done anything like that, or we've never let anybody else hear that anyways, but we've always had like a little thing where we would just we've messed around in practice, like jazz songs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like and it's always been a case where we would do something bluesy and like chilled and mellow and whatever you want to call it. But I think like actually putting that on the track, it's like we were just saying in a different interview. That is a big risk for us.
Yeah.
Because that in 2 EPs and 2 albums, we've never ever done a mellow song like that. So it's a big risk. It's our next single now, so it's coming out on the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day. So
Yes.
it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. We're all shitting it, to be honest.
No, it's always good to test the boundaries, and obviously you're still a young band, despite it being your second album.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's what we felt with it, man. It's just like why not today? You know what I mean?
exactly,
You know?
exactly.
I think it's an important song for the album myself. I think it breaks the album up nicely.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. When Vigilante comes back round, it's like, oh my god, yeah, that was like cool, and then like, yeah, I'm going back into it now. Yeah,
yeah.
and
I've
just
had my
bang your head.
5-song rest or the 7-inning stretch. I think it is the baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and like I say, back to Ramesh as well. Is like, we had fully written songs going in there and all the rest of it, but it was definitely his ideas that made the songs. Then this was,
Nice.
and his sort of views. His views are like unbelievable. I've never heard a set of views like him. He can pick out a pin drop in a haystack. Honest to God. He's unreal. He is unbelievable, isn't he, boys?
Yeah.
He is fantastic.
He is, honestly.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean the work I've heard from him has been really good, and like he's a name that I hear batted around all the time as well. So it's just kind of like, I must find out more about this man at some point.
He's the man to go to in Wales, man.
Nice.
He really is, honestly.
Excellent. Well, let's go on to the tour. Like, you've got that coming. You've got the album release show on the 19th of April, which is the day after the album comes out. So it gives people plenty of time to learn the new songs, come along, sing along with you. But you're playing Hangar Swansea on that day. Sorry, I keep looking to my left and looking at the tour dates here. And then you've got a run of dates from the 25th, going all the way through. Well, sporadically going through all the way through April, May, and July
into June.
Into the festival. But yeah, I mean, like, you got this tour coming up, and are you sort of like looking to play the new album? I wouldn't say probably completely, but is that something you want to do? Just sort of like not forget the first album, but maybe like exercise some of these songs live that you might not have actually got to, maybe do the crowd test.
Yeah, I think when we do the tour, I imagine all 10 songs are going to make an appearance in each show, as well as some of the older stuff, some of the other favourites. But yeah, we're taking this time now where we're not gigging to hone that album. So when we do play it, it's going to sound as near to the album as possible.
Nice. Do you get Ramesh in for that as well, for like the production side of things when it comes to the live show? Because I know obviously from studio to live there is a huge like gap. But I don't know, like with bands these days, like, because production is so it's much more, I guess it's much more important from a crowd perspective, because people are listening closer and they're taking videos. Unlike back in the day,
I think
you could have a complete like train wreck of a show and people would say it was the best set ever.
I understand where you're coming from. We are just not that band.
Okay.
We get up there, we play what we got to play. We don't use any in-ears. We don't have any instruments playing that are not being played.
Oh, right.
We have no click tracks. We just get up there, do our thing, and just smash it every time. I don't. Sadly, I think it's a bit of an art that has been forgotten nowadays. And some bands, and I'm obviously not going to mention who, right? But some bands, you hear them play, and it sounds exactly like a CD, and that isn't what I want from a live performance.
No,
I want to experience the energy. I want to experience I don't want to tone anything down. You know what I mean? Like, if I fancy playing things a little bit faster to give it a bit more energy, I should be able to do that. I don't want to be constrained by a click track. You know what I mean? Like,
the band members might have something to say about that.
Yeah,
shut up.
The good thing, the good thing about that is I can stand behind the kick, stand behind the drums and give him a kick.
Okay.
So
Kicking back
yeah,
in time.
yeah, if he's getting
yeah, I
if
mean,
he's speeding up.
That's the
I mean,
or the kick track, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, we've never been a band that really sort of, how do you say, um, is digital. Then we all still use Valve amps and this that and the other, and we don't play through iPads. We play through real amps.
Yeah.
We want things to sound as raw as what they possibly can, and I think, like I said, I think that's a bit of an art nowadays that is being forgotten.
Yeah, I agree.
Sadly,
I agree. I think it's down to the sort of like the recording of all the shows, because like I'm father of a couple of kids. They go to shows, they record multiple tracks of that show, and you see them all these like real whatever online with the whatever people are posting, and there's so much of it. Back when bands were like didn't have that, there wasn't that much kind of like urgency for a lot of them to do it. The only sort of bands that did that were the pop bands, where they did have backing tracks or anything like that. And it's well documented. You look at things like Top of the Pops and that attempt, they're miming, but that was what that was, to make sure they sounded good on television. And it's just my sort of theory on it, is like, because I go to these shows with the kids, and you're right, a lot of them have click tracks, backing tracks, all the sort of things to sort of boost their sound and make it sound as close or as massive to the CD or record or whatever as possible. I think it's just a product of that, because there are a lot of bands like yourselves, and I'd say probably bands like Raging Speedhorn, for instance, or anyone like that. And they just like go up on stage, they just turn up their amps. They are proper big, heavy amps, and just play a song. And it's like there might be a missed kick, there might be a missed hit, there might be a missed note, there might be a bum note or whatever, or the singer might be just slightly off key. But that's what it is. That's what music is. That's
I think for me, I how do you say it? It's when what annoys me personally, right, is when there's a piano playing or something like that, or there's vocals on a backing track, and I'm like, hang on a minute now. I haven't come to see this. Like, I've come to see you play it live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And for me, that gets annoying. I gotta be honest. I don't think we'll ever turn into a band who will put like backing tracks and this, that, and the other. It's just not our style. Like, you know what I mean? Make click tracks, maybe. You know what I mean? But
it's horses for courses, isn't it? I think everybody's different, and there's some amazing bands out there that use them. But
no, Pete, everybody's the same as me.
If that computer goes down, what the fuck are they going to play?
This is true.
What's going to happen when they can't have their backing vocals or their click track? Well,
this is the thing. It should never jeopardize the show, should it?
No.
And how many bands do you know that are like, oh boys, we can't play because the computer's not working? And it's like,
you hear big bands doing it, don't you? It's
recently,
100%.
The opposite of that recently. Who was it? Sleep Token. 2 of their members got really sick, so they used backing tracks to replace them for the live show. So they went the other way. It wasn't it broke down. It was literally so they could still continue to play the show. But it shows that kind of like, is that already there? Is it like, because sounds like that? I'm not saying Sleep Token. I don't get into that argument. I've already had the kind of like Industry Plant. Maybe they kind of this massive rise they've had, or are they who they are, or are they whatever? You don't see them and Black Gold in the same room together. I've gone through that part as well. So and I lived through Slipknot and Mushroom Head. So and they turned out Slipknot turned out all right. I don't know, their last album, I don't know, they've been on this show before, but their last album is not I don't know, it's not their best, but it's going through that sort of side of thing, and you're right, there's a lot of bands, like I take my kids to see like non-metal bands, but I have taken them to see metal bands as well, but I've gone to see like pop acts with them and all that kind of stuff, and you can hear the tracks, you can hear like they don't have a band on stage. So
No.
you're getting the CD. You might be getting a little bit of live vocal and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like you're paying a lot of money for this. Because that's the other thing. Like I could understand if it was like guys like yourself, 5 guys, just like playing instruments live. That's what you're paying for, you know.
Yeah.
Light show optional, obviously. Things like
Definitely, definitely.
that. But yeah.
I'll give you a little example of something that's happened with the band. Rather than saying, "Oh my God, you know, so and so is ill, they can't play this gig," or we'll have to get a backing track. Well, we'll just play the gig without them, unless it's the drummer or the singer. We'll just play. I've played a gig without the lead guitarist. We've actually played a gig without any solos in recently, and it went on really well. And I played bass when Carl couldn't make it one night, and it is what it is. We just pulled together. I was trapped in Mexico last year, and I couldn't make a gig with Jeff Tate, and the boys played. You know, the boys played without me.
Oh.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, there's no backing tracks in this band.
It's good. No backing track.
You're either there or you're not at all.
Put that on your tour poster right now. But yeah, no, like I say, you got a bunch of like other shows. You're playing in Bridgewater, you're playing in Brighton, you're playing in Camden, London, you're playing in Norwich, Bradford, Leicester, Colville, Bromsgrove, is it Crumlin? Yep, Crumlin.
Yeah, Crumlin, yeah.
Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dorset, and then you hit Stone Dead Festival.
Woo!
It's a fantastic festival. I used to work at Total Rock. And,
nice.
We used that they're still the media partner with them and stuff. But I worked a little bit with those guys there, doing some online bits and bobs for Total Rock and everything like that, and obviously hosting shows and that kind of stuff with them. And yeah, it's a great festival. It's kind of come out of there, and they've had some fantastic bands over the years. I haven't got the line.
Did you go last year?
No. When was it? It was a few years. No, it was a few years ago.
23 of this one,
yeah. I'm trying to think. I can't remember who. It becomes a blur. But no, it's a great, like I say, great fact. Like I love these like festivals that are starting up. You got that. There's another one called Deprivation Festival that's kind of in air this year. I was I'm friends with the promoter of that one, and just watching like things like Bloodstock, which you guys played and stuff. Watching that from being in the Derby Assembly Rooms many years ago, when it was just like a tiny sort of power metal festival, and now it's this kind of like it's only second really to Download in this country when it comes to the big rock festivals or metal festivals.
You dropped out again.
Have I? I don't know what it is.
Need a backing track.
Yeah, I need a backing. Right. You're right. I'm going to keep that in, actually. I'm not going to even edit that one out. I don't know what it is. There's a storm. The other day, and it cut everything. I'm just going to blame
you know.
Yeah, you know. Fantastic.
You know, yeah.
Good. You didn't hear what I said. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, like I was saying, these festivals coming up in the UK. I mentioned Bloodstock as the sort of like only second to Download when it comes to sort of the metal side of things.
100%, yeah.
Sort of size of it. But watching that over the years grow from like I said, just in Derby, the assembly rooms there, power metal bands playing through it, dark metal bands, black metal bands playing through it, and now they're getting huge bands and they're selling out really quickly again. Which is great for the scene when it comes to like heavy rock music in this country, and it puts a massive like amount of eyes on the scene here as well, because obviously they are putting overseas bands on there, but a lot of people will travel over to there like people do to Wacken or Hellfest. Now that's the track that it's kind of taking along with Download and stuff, but you get downloads in other countries that kind of people don't generally tour for that one. But it's great to see like bands like yourself really kind of like, you know, kicking it onto those festivals and being part of that as well, which is like that's my love is with the music scene in this country, is like there are these places that people can still go and play metal and people go to enjoy metal there as well.
I think
for a little bit.
We played Bloodstock Festival last year, and it was unbelievable, wasn't it? It was just really amazing. It was fantastic. such a well organized festival. It was insane. Like that level of organization just to get it all like perfectly running and everything on spot, man. It's just that's just insane. Like, you know what I mean? Fair play to them. Like, but yeah, I mean, you know, it's great that we are pushing up onto that level now. You know what I mean? Where we are being seen by those people, and the promoters, you know, as bands that they're willing to take a risk on. You know what I mean? Yeah, we played the smallest stage in Bloodstock last year, but you know, it's all about like creating that buzz, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, so we played Bloodstock, done really well. Fingers crossed. You know what I mean? We'll be invited back.
Yeah.
Fairly soon, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just, yeah, I mean, like Stone Dead Festival, like Stone Dead Festival, we done a sign in there last year, because we take
the year before.
part in the competition. Yeah, and the year before actually. Yeah, I can't actually remember that one, but I was a bit drunk at that one. But yeah, and yeah, we've worked hard to get there. You know what I mean? And it so when we received the call to play Stone Dead, we were gobsmacked, and we were like, "Oh, this is what we've worked hard for."
Nice.
You know what I mean? And especially like in the lead up to the album and all the rest of it, like that was one of the major things that we really hoped would go our way. Like, you know, we were just like we were gobsmacked, and we boys. I actually cried, like, because it's a culmination of just like, oh my God, I've spent like the last 20 years like pushing my way like onto the scene, all right. So, and it's actually like starting to take off a little bit, like, and it's just an amazing feeling. Like it's great, and like I said, to have those festivals looking at you as potential acts to play is unreal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you're competing, for Stone Dead, when you're competing against so many great bands, a lot of them we've shared the same stage with. You know, we've done dates on the same bill as them, and to just to get that slot is just an absolutely fantastic feeling.
Nice.
It means everything, doesn't it? It does mean everything, and that's what it's all about.
It makes the hard work. Ultimately, it pays off, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Like that hard work is worth it when you get things like that. Then you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But we understand that doesn't come around every day. You know what I mean? But fingers crossed now. Like from there onwards, we can sort of push on to that sort of upper sort of level, and then just keep pushing forward from there. You know, like I said, we are a small band. We realize we're a small band when just to be able to get these opportunities, there's 100 other bands underneath us biting our toes off to get them. You know what I mean? But it sure is nice especially to get Stone Dead. That's a special one. It's going to be a special day. That is. It's going to be amazing.
Excellent. Well, good luck with it all on that front. And
thank you very much.
One of those things where it's
Thank
like
you.
you've got the hard work ahead of you still, but the album is fantastic. That will do well, like to your existing fans anyway. But obviously, hopefully, it will grab new fans. Obviously, kind of looking down, the festivals and stuff you're playing, and obviously there's all the sort of radio playing playlists to come for you on that front. But no, it's fantastic. I was just gonna have a quick look at the pre-order side of it, because people can go to kingkraken.co.uk and they can place a pre-order. You've got a couple of bundles going, some vinyl. Oh, you got vinyl. You got your hoodies, you got your t-shirts, got your hats, obviously the CD. I always like to try and push people to buy the physical product, because I'm very big on that. And as much like the convenience of downloading or streaming, I should say, it doesn't match for having.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't match for having
a piece of art that you are gonna listen to again and again, or even just owning that part of it.
It means the world to us when people buy that as well, rather than streaming. It does mean, it helps the band to grow.
No, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, as much as like obviously playlists and stuff are great for getting those plays and getting you in circulation. It's buying the merchandise that helps the bands kind of continue.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just buying the CD or buying a T-shirt. You're buying
The band's
band to be
future.
able to
Yeah.
the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're buying into it. You're like you're getting that. You're getting that. You know, you're putting your, you know, showing. Not saying showing you're a fan, because there are only people that can maybe just afford the free Spotify streaming, so that's fine.
Mm.
But you
Yeah.
know, just like you've even got chili sauce. I just sorry, just caught my eye. Chili sauce, people, it's great.
It's banging, man, as well.
Oh, good. I love a good chili sauce. So this is very tempting for me. I should make this. But yeah, no, like obviously people can go and pre-order the bundles now. They can hear Berserker. That is available now across all
Yeah.
platforms of choice.
Yep. Yep.
And then the album comes out. You got vinyl, you got CDs. I'm assuming you got Bandcamp and stuff like that as well to sell the MP3s. And should there be a digital
Yep.
offset album, for those that prefer to buy it. But I do implore people to buy the albums, buy the CD, buy the vinyl is very big for me. I've got like stacks of this stuff around me. There's like multiple plastic boxes everywhere, just full of various vinyl, various bands. But I do go through them and listen to them. They're not just there for me showing off and being like, I've got that on vinyl, you know. I can pop up in the conversations when other people are talking. Yeah, I've got that on vinyl. Yeah, it sounds. So
I know one of those.
Yeah. I keep saying this and everything. These turntables, these are real. They're not like a background. They are real.
Awesome.
They're not like fake.
Nice.
Yeah, I can do all that. You know.
Where's the track now?
Plus, no, I can't do that now. No, it's too cold. I'm not warmed up. See, I could whack on one of my CDs and play along to it. It would sound a lot better than what I would right now. But I got a couple of questions left for you guys, and I'll let you get on with the rest of the night, because I am keeping you longer than I probably should. But what I want to find out from you guys, we'll do it one by one. We'll start with who should we start with? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's start with Carl. So what I want to find out from you, this is for all of you, but 3 records, the most pivotal records in your life. So when you first heard a certain track or an album and it made you want to play, in Carl's way, want to play bass, or want to be in a band. We're sort of talking like those ones, like it may not be their best album, it may not be your most favorite album by them, but it was the one you heard first, or not just album, but even just a track. So like just to give you an example, for me, it was Motorhead. I saw them on the Young Ones when I was a kid, and that was like, that got me into heavy music. I've said that a few times on here, and one day I hope to get a living member of Motorhead on the show. I think Phil Campbell was my best bet, but I've got to wait for that opportunity to come around. But yeah, no, I mean, we'll start with you, Carl. What would you think your first record that was most pivotal?
Well, for me, my musical journey started when I was in school, and a school band, they needed a bassist, and my dad was a musician, and he had the guitar, he had the bass lying around, so I picked that up. But probably the most pivotal song for me was Peace Sells, but Who's Buying by Megadeth.
Okay, yeah.
When it starts off with the bass line, and then I was just hooked in. I learned everything by ear, because there was no internet back then, and
yes,
you could buy tab books if you were able to find them, but it was literally just learn by ear and do it the hard way.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, solid album, that one. Admittedly, I'm not a massive fan of Megadeth in general, but no, I appreciate that album was huge as well. I love the bass work on there, and being a bassist myself from back when, but yeah, appreciate that. Well, Pete, what about your first one?
Right, I was about I was about 5 years old, just going through all my parents' vinyl collection, and I used to play over and over. I had a scratched version of "Down the Dustpipe" by Status Quo.
Oh, nice.
And that got me into wanting to play guitar, and I used to. My family are big Quo fans, and literally I was brought up on them. 70s quo. Just still do it for me now, actually, the 70s quo. And yeah, they sort of it just pushed me to wanting to pick up a guitar and learn to play guitar. And I still want to learn to play guitar.
I was going to say it's only 3 chords.
I hope you do.
Thanks, mate. I'm trying my best to learn from you. You keep playing Peace Cells. That's all you play.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yes, Quo, fantastic band on that front. But yeah, Rich, what about your first one?
Mine would be Vulgar Display of Power, Pantera.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think you didn't Walk for the first time, which I think was it released like 92, something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something like that. It was roughly around there, wasn't it? 92, 93. And I remember listening to Walk for the first time. And I think I had like just started like secondary school. And I can like vividly remember this. I'd basically done something naughty in school, right? And the school teacher was like, "You will respect me. You will respect me." So you're in the respect. I think that just got it for me, man. And then from there, it's just like, every Pantera album. Pantera is my favorite band. Vinnie Paul's a big influence on my playing sort of thing. But yeah, I think that was my first sort of that was my first real introduction into it, so to speak. Like, so
that's quite the introduction.
I think it was 1992. I actually saw them live in Donington.
It probably was. Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
So the audience bounced into it, and I just thought, "Oh my god, I want to be on that stage."
Yeah.
I used to love watching their Vulgar videos. Like that.
Oh, they are brilliant, man. They're so good.
I had the like, not to put that, I had a real like dampener on it. Like I saw them, I think it was 1999 at Brixton Academy, and they were awful. Well, Phil was really fucking awful. Like completely incoherent, like people just throwing pints of stuff on the stage
off his head, like.
And yeah, it was just like, it was my like sort of experience with Pantera at that point was just like, oh, that's it. Done.
I think I actually bought knee pop tires at one point.
You bought what?
Knee pop tires. It was featured on one of the Vulgar videos. Like,
yes.
3.
Well, Carl, we'll go back to you for your second record.
Difficult. I really got into one of the first proper heavy records I got into was Arise by Sepultura.
Oh yes, yep.
I was a big fan of most music where you couldn't understand the singer. So Arise. A friend of mine showed me it, and yeah, it was just brilliant for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that's a fantastic album. Actually, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's got a mixture of everything. There's so much melody, and there's so much thrash, and just a bit of everything. And
yeah, and it was that predecessor to like Roots and stuff, wasn't it? It was like before that, and I've got that on vinyl just to sort of drop that one. Like a purple spatter vinyl as well. But yeah, no, fantastic album. Like, and I love Sepultura like throughout the years as well, not just obviously the Max era. But with Derek as well, like they kept going, and they kept like 20 plus years later, they still keep going with it. And obviously they're not now.
We seen them. When did we see them? It was December, wasn't it, boys?
We went to Glasgow.
Yeah, and that was their world tour, isn't it, at the moment?
Oh, was it?
Yeah. They were good.
I've already pegged it, but I think next year, 2026, it's a Roots anniversary. So I've got a feeling Max and everyone might get back together.
That'll be cool.
What industry's like, but we can all live in hope. I saw Soulfly when they first came over here and everything with Max, and I never saw Sepultura of that lineup. But I saw the Sepultura with the current lineup with Derek and everyone like that. But Not with Max, unfortunately, but I got to sample some of Max's songs.
I got a couple of CDs signed by Max when I went to go and watch them in Manchester, like years ago.
We're talking, yeah. Like I'm joining all of you without the hair under here, so we are all this age. I interviewed a band yesterday, and they're all really young, and it made me feel super old. This is great. I'm loving this. But yeah, Pete, your second album or record, even.
I think that would be also Megadeth, but it was So Far So Good So What. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. It's just I was in school, and I remember spending sort of hours and hours sort of after school just going through my vinyl, and we learning all the riffs, and that along with Slayer and Metallica, as you do when you're that age, and but Megadeth were for me as well another standout band back in the day. Yeah.
Cool. And Rich, onto your
mine would be The Impossibility of Reason by Chimera.
Oh, nice.
The drums in that album just blew my fucking head off. Anders Herrick, he doesn't actually drum at all anymore. I think he's a drum tutor now somewhere in America. But the drums in that album were just like, that was my introduction to like modern sort of metal.
Yeah.
Even though that was 20 years ago now, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was just gobsmacking to me, man. I've seen them loads of times, and they were amazing live. Yeah. Brilliant band live.
They were fantastic.
Really love Chimera.
Nice.
And that I think that I was like 16, 17. So when their first album came out, and I was into them then, and then as I got a bit older, then Impossibility of Reason came out, and I was just like, fuck me, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, nice. So, Carl, sorry, your third and final record.
Okay, my third and final record is again from back yesteryear, is Destroy, Erase, Improve by Meshuggah.
Oh, yeah.
There's just so many amazing tracks on that album that Soulburn is in my top 3 best songs ever. I just love just how different the timings they have, the beats. I can't remember the drummer's name, but he's immense on his playing ability. On the song,
Thomas Hick.
Yeah, that's it, Thomas Hack. Yeah, he's just a beast on the drums.
Yeah, that band are insane. Like, I've got a friend.
I've seen them quite a few times, and they're just so precise.
Yeah,
they just sound awesome live, whatever.
It's crazy. It's crazy, like how they do that live as well as obviously and stuff. But yeah, they're time signatures and just sort of whatever polyrhythms or whatever and all that kind of stuff.
Just out there.
Yeah, it's
for me.
Completely different level to anything that's kind of out there at the moment. Even though there are a lot of kind of like, I would say pretenders to that, but there are a lot of bands obviously heavily influenced by that and sound close to it, but they're not anywhere near it. Like when you break it down, it's fantastic band, and that's a fantastic album as well. Like that is a great album. So, Pete, your third and final record.
I think my third and final record would be Ozzy, The Ultimate Sin.
Nice.
I think I remember as a teen just being bemused by Jakey Lee and just thinking how that would just I'd love to be a lead guitarist. I'm not a lead guitarist, but just listening to the solo work was just sort of just threw me sort of when I was a kid. I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I remember buying a new sound system and just cranking it and just listening to my parents screaming, come on, turn it down, and just sort of all the neighbors banging the walls and things, just like, opening the windows, put the speakers on the windowsill and stuff. Just love it. Yeah.
Proper menace.
Great times.
No, Ozzy legendary. Like it's underrated albums. Like as
yeah.
Say obviously Black Sabbath and that's kind of like a lot of people kind of the be all end all with him. But like his
Yeah.
solos work. Like
I love his solo stuff.
He's amazing, man.
You know,
He's awesome.
You know, he's not long left, but you know he has left a massive legacy. And
Amazing.
great that people are celebrating why he's still here. I'm not saying that he's close to anything, but he just doesn't look well. Probably outlived us, but it doesn't look well. It's like Keith Richards.
No.
He doesn't look well, but
he'll always be here. Come on.
Him and Willie Nelson have been here since they were the original Adam and
He'll always be around.
But yeah, finally, Rich.
Frozen again, I think, mate.
Frozen again. Oh my goodness.
Right,
let me know.
We'll have to get him some internet. We'll have to get him some internet.
Yeah, you will. I think in this area of the world, I'd be posh or anything. But
and he's back.
I'm back. Hello.
You're back, I think, slightly. There he is.
Yes, there we go. Right. So we're on to the final album from Rich, or final record from Rich.
Yeah. I actually thought Pete was going to say this one, and I was going to think of something else, but God Into Soul by Slayer.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite albums ever. 2001 it came out. September, the same day as September 11th.
Hey.
Yeah, just smacked me in the face, that album, and the first song on it, like, God, it's so. Yeah. Oh my God, like, amazing, man. I love it.
Paul Bostaph playing drums in that, wasn't it? Oh my God.
I'm one of the few who actually prefer Paul Bostaph to David Lombardo, man. Well,
yeah, so. I do as well. I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know.
Absolutely love him.
Well, I saw them. I think it was 92 or 93 in Donington, and Paul Bostaph was playing with them, and it just sort of, I've never seen anything like it or heard anything like it in my life. I've never been in such a gig that loud in my life. My ears were almost bleeding. But the drums are just immense, absolutely immense. Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I actually thought you were going to say that. I was trying to think of something else I was. Like, yes, you said Aussie, yes.
Excellent. No, fantastic album, that one. Slayer, legendary band.
Yeah.
Not much you can say about them, really. They're just omnipresent when it comes to like thrash metal and everything like that.
Yeah. The epitome of thrash.
Yeah. But finally, last question for you all. So it's again going through you all. But what hobbies do you have away from music? So obviously I know you've got full-time jobs. You've already mentioned that earlier and stuff. But have you got any kind of like outside hobbies you use to kind of get away from all that? And any of you can go at this point.
I wouldn't say it was a hobby, but I do enjoy going for walks in mountains and woods and coastal paths and stuff like that. Just
looking for mushrooms.
only in the autumn. What? It's a great way of just letting your head breathe and getting away from all the stress of everyday life, and you can just you got time to relax and just appreciate your surroundings, and gives you a clear head for the next day.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually haven't got any hobbies outside of music, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
Nothing to do with games then, Rich?
Eating?
No, I really don't play it much anymore. I really don't. I can't even remember the last time I played a video game properly, to be honest with you. Yeah, I really don't do much outside of music, to be quite honest with you. But I think sometimes it's like I think music is enough. Sometimes you don't need anything else. It takes up most of your time. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Especially on the album release.
Yeah.
I really don't have much else. I got 2 kids who I like to spend my time with outside of music, and that's it, man. I really don't do much else. I'm pretty simple, but
no, that's all good.
For me, I think it's just getting out and sort of, as Carl was saying, just walking and just getting some, anywhere near the beach, the water, taking the dogs out and just getting some fresh air and exercise. It just makes a world of difference.
Yeah. Nice.
Especially when you're sort of when you're off work for a week or two, and it's just going places.
Yeah.
Hook the caravan on the back of the car and off you go. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Good way to tour as well.
Yeah.
All the creature comfort.
I thought yours was dogging.
Try not to tell. I try not to say that.
Well, guys, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I've really enjoyed this chat.
Yeah.
Good luck with the album. Still a bit of corporate. So March of the Gods is out on April the 18th. Everyone go pre-order it now at kingkraken.co.uk. They've got all the stuff there. The big cartel store. So they can find it on there. Obviously, the Berserker is out now. The other track, depending on when this releases, may be out actually. So look out for that.
Yeah.
So they can
February 14th, Hero comes out.
February 14th. So
yeah.
Can't remember what date we're out at the moment, so this will be out in a couple of weeks. So it probably might be after that. So they'll have 2 tracks out, everyone. So go listen to that. They've got another album as well. 1180.
Happy days.
Find that.
Go find it.
Go find it. It's in Roman numerals. Saying that, my DJ name was actually DJ Force 10, and I used the Roman numeral for the X.
The X. Yeah.
So it becomes a pun. Which is fantastic. You can work say it fast enough, you'll get it. Not literally, but yes. Yeah. So guys, good luck with all that. I'll be watching. Hopefully I'm going to try and find if I can get to one of your shows as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, brilliant.
It'd be great to see you, man.
Yeah, there's a couple I'm like kind of close to. Yeah, Brighton, Camden, maybe round about there.
Awesome.
Nice, man.
At the time, I've just got this new role at work, so I have to be really good with them. So I'm just like, good. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to try because I really enjoy the album. Like, and
awesome.
I love that sound in general. Like, I'm a big sort of like bluesy rock kind of doom-esque, if you will. Like I said, I mean, people liken it to Clutch. That's the sort of default I feel. Other bands out there, a band called Blacktop Mojo I really like as well. They're a band from the States that are actually coming over here soon, which is madness because never thought they would ever come over here. But
amazing.
But yeah, no, just bands like that, and obviously I love my new metal, and everyone knows that. But yeah, no, I like rock and metal music in general is my thing, and this is stuff I can kind of like drive to. So
nice. That's nice. That's cool, man.
But yeah, awesome. Guys, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you, buddy.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, pleasure speaking to you, man.
Anytime you want to interview us again, give us a shout, man.
Yes.
Nice one, man.